He's the first to spot issues in the council's accounts and to ask searching questions when required. From a personal point of view, she has been a wonderful deputy mayor. She has supported me, and her skills have complemented my own, if I have any. She has stood in for me on a number of occasions, and I commend her to you as our next mayor. Do I have a seconder? Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I'd be delighted to second the nomination of Councillor Johnson to the post of Town Mayor.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? You won't do that again, will you?
It's a nomination.
Don't think we allow postal votes.
No, apologies.
Okay, in which case, all in favour?
That's unanimous.
And that's unanimous.
Sorry, let's start
Try
again.
not to knock your glasses.
We now come to the signing of the Declaration of Acceptance of Office by the new Mayor.
Thank you, Mr Town Clerk. I, Anne Johnson, having been elected to the office of Town Mayor of the Council of Tavistock Town Council, hereby declare that I take the said office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties thereof according to the best of my judgment and ability. Thank you.
Sign it. Congratulations, Madam Mayor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I call upon the retiring Town Mayor's Consort, Mrs Jane Ward, to invest the Mayor's Consort with a badge of office, please. Do you want to come forward and do it, please? I've actually asked him if he'll be my consort. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, relatives, councillors, thank you very much. My thanks to Councillor Ward and Councillor Parker and all councillors for my nomination and for voting for me to become this year's Mayor. I feel honoured and privileged to be chosen as Mayor of Tavistock, the town of my birth, for the next civic year. I look forward to serving the town and its people to the best of my ability. My focus and my priority will be Tavistock and its people. I've been involved with youth work in the town and surrounding district for the last 42 years. One of the projects I was involved with was the creation of the original Tavistock Youth Cafe, and my chosen charity this year will be the new Tavistock Youth Cafe. I'm going to keep the speech short, which I hope everybody's grateful for. So thank you everyone for attending this evening, and thank you very much for making me Mayor. Thank you. So I now call upon Councillor Mrs Ewings to pay a tribute to the retiring Town Mayor, please.
Councillor Ward, you have been an excellent Town Mayor for the town of Tavistock. You moved here about 7 years ago now, yes, gone up one. And you and Jane said that you moved from a little sort of cul-de-sac where you were and moved here, but fell in love with Tavistock. And you have both embraced yourselves into the community of Tavistock very, very well, with your work with U3A and other organisations, your teaching of Italian and all sorts of things that you get up to. But for the town, you have represented as well. You have been to as many events as possible, and as you've already said, had a wonderful deputy mayor to be able to hold the fort when needed. I think you're going to miss the role very much. It is a role that when you've done it and you go home and there's nothing to do and tomorrow you don't have to think about it, it's a very weird feeling. Suddenly you're not the person who knows everything. You sort of know what's going on type of thing, but not in the same way and not with the same focus. But I am sure you will still be very involved in the town council that you have come to love, and you enjoy your role as a councillor. And for that, I would like to thank you very much for being a very good town mayor, and to thank Jane, wherever she is, there she is, for all the work that she's put in, and I know that she's enjoyed it a great deal. Thank you both.
Thank you very much. I'd like to present the past mayor with his badge of office. We've decided that I'm going to pass it to him in the box because although it's a beautiful badge, it's quite tricky to do up, and I probably failed to do it. So very many congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Madam Mayor, fellow councillors, officers, ladies and gentlemen, I can't quite believe that I've been mayor for a year and that I've come to the end of my term. It has gone so quickly. This evening is an occasion for me to thank various people who have helped me along the 12-month journey. My first thanks go to the previous council for choosing me to be the mayor and to give me the honour and privilege of representing the town. I have thoroughly enjoyed the role, both the civic and ceremonial components, but also the business side, and believe me, there's a lot of business. I also need to give thanks to the 4 important women who have guided me during the last 12 months. And the first one, of course, is my wife, the former mayoress, who has tolerated me, made sure I get to places on time, usually, and has exercised the role of mayoress wonderfully and has endeared herself to so many people in the town. I thank Fiona Peart, the administrative assistant, who has handled the bookings for mayoral attendances and has also contributed to making sure I go to the right place at the right time. I have to thank Jan, the assistant to the town clerk, for other aspects of organisation, particularly the big civic events, but also being someone I could turn to when I was unsure of procedure and needed to know before I blotted my copybook. And of course, to Councillor Mrs Johnson, who as my deputy provided superb support and assistance. I want to give thanks to the town clerk and general manager and the managers and staff of the council. It has been a pleasure working with you, and I'm going to greatly miss the closeness that we have shared over the course of the last 12 months. But the biggest thanks go to the people of Tavistock for inviting me to so many different events. It has been eye-opening. We have been to cultural events and community events. There is a wonderful spirit of volunteering in this town, and we have come across so many people who willingly give of their time to help other people. It would be very hard to single out any particular event as being the highlight of the year. A number of thoughts come into my mind. Driving a steam engine, wearing full regalia, is an interesting one. Mind you, the steam engine was only about 18 inches high. Going to Buckfast Abbey for the millennial service was a wonderful, wonderful experience. And so was helping with serving Christmas dinner at the United Reformed Church on the 25th of December. For any of you contemplating the role of mayor in the future, let me warn you that it is an onerous task. I totted up this afternoon all of the events that I've been to. I have chaired 11 meetings of council. I've attended 28 committees. I've been to 65 other miscellaneous business meetings, attended 4 Tavistock civic events, undertaken 91 mayoral attendances and 2 training attendances. Added all together, that's 202 commitments during the course of the year. There's a lot to do. I'm looking forward to having a bit more time, although the diary does seem to be filling up already. But do you know, I'd do it all again tomorrow if the opportunity presented itself. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Councillor Ward. Move on now to item 2, to elect the Deputy Town Mayor for the ensuing civic year. Do I have any nominations, please?
Madam Mayor, first of all, I'd like to say congratulations on your appointment this evening.
Thank you, Councillor.
And I am delighted in nominating Councillor Andy Hutton as Deputy Mayor of Tavistock Town Council.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder, please?
Madam Mayor, I would like to second Councillor Hutton for Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? Right, can we have a show of hands? Those in favour of Councillor Hutton, please show. It's unanimous. Thank you. So Councillor Hutton will be elected has been elected as Deputy Mayor. Thank you. We move on then to item 3, apologies for absence. Do we have any apologies, please, Mr Town Clerk?
We have apologies for absence, Madam Mayor, from Councillor A. Hutton and Councillor H. Smith.
Thank you very much. Item 4, declarations of interest. To receive any declarations of interest? I don't think there are any. Thank you. Item 5, confirmation of minutes. To confirm the minutes of the meeting of Tavistock Town Council held on the 16th of April 2019, previously circulated. Thank you. Is it your wish? Are these a true record, Councillor Mrs Young? Thank you. Thank you. Is it your wish that I should sign them? Please show. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, item 6, other matters to be considered, the annual meeting, order of business. To consider the suspension of standing orders number 5J, 4 to 6, and 8 to 10, and 13 to 20, to enable the following business to be transacted. Do we need to vote on that?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Councillor Mrs Young has proposed it. Do I have a seconder, please? Thank you. Those in favour, please show. Thank you very much. Move now to item 7, the Mayor's expenses. To consider the payment of an allowance to the Town Mayor. Could I ask the past Mayor, please, to come and take the chair, as I need to declare an interest and leave the room. Thank you.
It is customary to pay the Mayor an allowance to help defray the cost of undertaking the mayoral duties. And for the last several years, that allowance has been in the sum of £2,000. I hereby propose that the Mayor receives an allowance of £2,000. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Williamson, thank you. And all in favour, please show.
That's carried.
And that's carried. Thank you very much. Could we ask the Mayor to return, please?
Thank you, members. Thank you. Move on to item 8 now. Appointment of committees and consultative groups. To consider the appointment of committees and consultative groups and to make such further appointments as are required. Annex A shows them. Do I have a proposer, please? Councillor Parker, thank you.
Thank you. I move the appointment as set out on Annex A,
Thank you.
Madam Mayor.
Do we have a seconder, please? Thank you very much, Councillor Squire. Move on to item 9, calendar of meetings. To formally approve the calendar of meetings for the 2019-20 civic year as endorsed by Councillors meeting on the 16th of April 2019, which is at Annex B. Do I have a proposer, please? Thank you. And a seconder, please, Councillor Moody. I think that was Councillor Williamson, Councillor Moody. Thank you. Item 10, appointments of representatives to charities and other bodies. To consider adopting the appointment shown at Annex C and make such further appointments as are required. Are there any more to be made, Mr Town Clerk, at this moment? No.
No, Madam Mayor.
Right, representation of charities then, please. A proposer?
I'd like to endorse the enclosed schedule.
Thank you, Councillor Mrs Parker. And seconded, please. Thank you, Councillor Crawford. Item 11 is the general power of competence. Having met the criteria for eligibility for the general power of competence relating to the electoral mandate, which is 66% of the council being elected, and the relevant training of the clerk to re-adopt the general power of competence. So do we have a proposer for that, please? Thank you, Councillor Mrs Ewing, seconder. Councillor Ward. Those in favour? Thank you. Move on now to item 12, record of attendances. To note the record of attendances at meetings, civic events and training held between May 2018 and 2019. We've had 2 papers, I think, connected with this. So, thank you. Councillor Ward.
Madam Mayor, can I commend those councillors who achieve 100% attendance, some both on the business side of the council but also the civic events. Attendance is a demonstration of commitment, and I commend those who have demonstrated that commitment.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So we've noted the record of attendance, and that is the end of the annual meeting of Tavistock Town Council. There are light refreshments at the back, which I hope everybody is able to stop and partake. Thank you very much, everybody.